When did something you laughed off come back to haunt you? When I was 17, this kid named Dimitri in my AP history class developed what I thought was a harmless crush on me. It started small. He'd save me a seat, offer to carry my books, and always volunteered to be my partner for group projects. Dimitri was quiet, had thick glasses, and wore the same 3 oversized sweaters in rotation. He reminded me of a lost puppy, eager to please but completely clueless about social cues. My friends thought it was hilarious. "Your stalker's here," my best friend Quinn would whisper when Dimitri approached our lunch table. I'd roll my eyes and laugh it off. He wasn't a stalker, just an awkward teenager with a crush. The first real red flag came during prom season. Dimitri appeared at my locker with a handmade poster asking me to be his date. It was covered in glitter and had our names written in calligraphy surrounded by hearts. "That's really thoughtful," I said gently, "but I'm already going with someone." I wasn't. I just didn't want to hurt his feelings. His face crumpled. "But we're perfect for each other. I know everything about you." Something in his tone made me uncomfortable, but I brushed it off. Teenage boys said dramatic things when they were rejected. After that, Dimitri's behavior shifted. He'd show up wherever I was, the library, coffee shops, even my part-time job at the bookstore. When I'd spot him lurking behind the fiction section, he'd duck away like he was just browsing. "He's harmless," I told myself, "just shy and socially awkward." Graduation came and went. I was headed to college 3 states away. Dimitri was going to the local community college. Our paths would naturally diverge, or so I thought. During my freshman orientation week, I found a letter slipped under my dorm room door. My name was written in familiar calligraphy. Inside, Dimitri had written a 3-page love letter explaining how he'd followed his heart and transferred to my university. My roommate Zara read it over my shoulder. "This is creepy as hell," she said. "He transferred schools to follow you?" I laughed nervously. It's just coincidence. But deep down, I knew better. The next morning, Dimitri was waiting outside my dorm with coffee and a croissant from my favorite cafe back home. He'd driven 6 hours to bring me breakfast from a place I'd mentioned once in AP history. For the next 2 months, Dimitri inserted himself into my college life. He'd appear at parties I mentioned on social media. He joined clubs I was in. He even switched his major to match mine, English literature. When I started dating Trevor, a guy from my Victorian literature seminar, Dimitri's behavior escalated. I'd find him sitting across from us in the cafeteria, staring. When Trevor walked me back to my dorm, Dimitri would be there, pretending to study on a bench outside. "You need to talk to campus security," Zara urged. "And say what? That a classmate has a crush on me?" I shrugged it off. "He's never actually threatened me." I should have listened to her. The breaking point came during finals week of freshman year. I was alone in the library's basement level when Dimitri appeared beside my table. "We need to talk," he said. His usual nervous energy was gone. He sat down without being invited, his eyes fixed on mine with an intensity that made my skin crawl. "Trevor's all wrong for you," he said calmly. "I've been watching, and he doesn't appreciate you the way I do." "Dimitri, you need to stop. I know you think I'm just some weird kid from high school," he interrupted. "But I'm not going anywhere. I've rearranged my entire life for you. I'll keep rearranging it until you understand we're meant to be together." He reached across the table and grabbed my hand. His palm was sweaty, his grip surprisingly strong. "I know where you eat, where you study, where you live. I know your class schedule better than you do. I know Trevor walks you home every Tuesday and Thursday. I know your roommate goes to her boyfriend's place on weekends." My blood turned to ice. "I know you're alone right now," he whispered. I couldn't fit what happens next in this short video. Watch the rest down below.